What happens when an army refuses to accept an election result? In Myanmar, this question became a national crisis. On February 1st, 2021, the military seized power, arrested civilian leaders, and ended a fragile democratic transition. This video examines how the coup happened, how citizens resisted, and why the crisis created difficult moral choices. Myanmar had been ruled by the military for many decades. Political reforms beginning in 2011 created limited civilian government, but the military kept major powers under the constitution. In the November 2020 election, Aung San Suu Kyi's National League for Democracy won a large majority. The military claimed election fraud, although it did not provide convincing evidence. On the morning that the new parliament was supposed to meet, the military detained Aung San Suu Kyi, President Win Myint, and other political leaders. General Min Aung Hlaing took control and declared a state of emergency. This was a military coup. Political power was taken by force instead of through elections. The coup demonstrates a key weakness in Myanmar's political system. Democratic institutions existed, but they were never strong enough to control the armed forces. Millions of citizens rejected military rule. Workers joined the civil disobedience movement. Young people organized online, and protesters used the three-finger salute as a symbol of resistance. At first, much of the movement was peaceful. However, security forces used live ammunition, mass arrests, torture, and restrictions on the media and internet. A United Nations report recorded more than 11,000 detentions during the first year after coup, including children. As peaceful political space disappeared, some opponents turned to armed resistance, and the conflict became more violent. The event raises two major dilemmas. First, should citizens remain peaceful when the government responds with deadly violence? Peaceful protest protects more legitimacy, but it may not stop an army. Armed resistance may defend communities, but it can also increase civilian suffering and create new cycle of violence. Second, how should the international community respond? Sanctions can put pressure on military leaders and reduce their money and power. However, broad economic pressure may damage jobs, price, and daily life for ordinary citizens. Doing nothing is also wrong because it may allow the military to continue hurting people.